Good day, everyone. I am Zandra Kimpi Partosa, a third-year student taking up Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English, together with my group mates Venedja Kinikot and Glenmark Kenkiliera. We are studying at Negros Oriental State University, Shatin Campus, and is currently enrolled in the course Ed 301 with the course description, the teacher, and the school curriculum. We are assigned to discuss Unit 4 with the topic Trends and Issues in Curriculum and Curriculum Development, specifically B, which has the topic Researches on Curriculum Development for foreign and international countries. By the end of this discussion, the learners will be able to determine the reasons why there is a need for a paradigm shift in Pakistan's school curriculum, reenact the concept of education for global citizenship, which the Pakistan curriculum has been trying to implement, and third or last, articulate their insights about the discussion of the curriculum development in Pakistan. But before we delve deeper into our main topic, let us first have these questions for you to ponder. First is, what is the importance of a curriculum? Second, what is a curriculum development? And third, what is a paradigm shift? So for today's discussion, we will be discussing the research article written and made by Dr. Hawid Ahmad Sadiq and Dr. Memuna Said Lodhi, which is a member of the Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences in Hamburg University, Karachi. The landscape of research on the global trends of curriculum and education is a complex phenomena. Its meaning and practices in the area are blurred. So there is a lack of clarity around the concept of global trends of the higher education curriculum and its boundaries, and further research is needed with respect to meaning and process. In particular, our policymaker must build a wider perspective on the concept, which must go beyond just curriculum content. The 21st Century Educational Institute faced numerous challenges at local, regional, and global levels, which includes mass migration, environmental and geographical issues, super diversity of the student cohorts, as well as the knowledge paradigms, the information overload, and the global interconnectedness. The current socioeconomic and geopolitical aspect demand wider, multi-perspective understanding about the world, life, and work to address the problems and issues. As the most visible and significant site of knowledge creation, the Educational Institute have a social responsibility, which is to equip the members of the society with necessary competencies, knowledge, understandings, and new skills so that they can constantly negotiate the changing nature of work, the labor force, the information technologies, and cultural identities of people. Our policymaker must not the curriculum, which seeks to create a culture that makes students and staff feels that the Educational Institute is a democratic meeting place where the encounter of diversity in terms of gender, maturity, culture, nationality creates opportunities to develop a new competencies, knowledge, and understanding. Over the years, human beings in different societies have sought and embarked on various means to cultivate the development and prime of life of the young ones. So the goal was to enable the value system and promote human development in all its ramification. In this regard, different culture experiences are as following different form of education. With the introduction of more planned or formal education in schools, open these societies methodical ways for achieving their goals of education, and these organized ways constitute the curriculum. Just as the ways of educational accomplishments vary from one society to other, so are the various in the concept of curriculum. So as we can notice, curriculum contained more than courses, content, subjects, and learning experiences. It also deals with the planning, the implementation, and assessment of learning experiences that schools recommend to learners for the achievement of the educational goals of the society. So this implies that the curriculum is apprehensive with the analysis of educational goals of a society, the selection and organization of content to achieve those goals, the presentation and learning of the content, and assessment to ascertain the degree of congruence among the goals, organized content, and learned content. The curriculum is therefore developed with a view to achieving the nation's educational goals. In this regard, curriculum development infer not only the activities of curriculum specialists in designing the curriculum document, but also the activities of the classroom teachers and learners in planning, organizing, implementing, and assessing learners in the school with the aim of achieving educational goals of the society, which eventually is derived towards preparing learners for effective life in the society. So at this very moment of this discussion, we are going to define curriculum development. So a curriculum development is a continuous process aimed at ensuring the continued significance and sensitivity of the curriculum to societal needs. Since life in the society is vibrant, curriculum development for effective life in the society is also self-motivated process. It is in this regard that the present discussion focuses on emerging trends in curriculum development in Pakistan. Now let us delve deeper with our discussion by discussing emerging trends in curriculum development in Pakistan. The incredible developments in information and communication technologies with the resulting digital revolution have introduced the world into the knowledge economy in which ideas and technology are used to encourage socioeconomic development through the generation and exploitation of knowledge. Consequently, educationists all over the world are making front-side efforts to realign educational endeavors to equipping learners with the necessary skills and competencies for effective life in a knowledge-subjugated society. So since Pakistan's philosophy of education presents education as an instrument for national development, curriculum development in Pakistan should be aimed at shifting the country from the old industrial economy to the new knowledge-based economy. Now, to achieve this goal of education, it requires a paradigm shift from the present time-bound model of education to a lifelong model of education. This is the model of education that is aimed at developing the learner the ability to effectively create, acquire, use, and transmit knowledge for the promotion of human activities in a knowledge-dominated society. In this regard, the importance in instructional aims is diverging from the gaining of factual knowledge to the acquisition of implied knowledge and generic skills, while that of the instructional process is shifting from teaching for examinations to teaching how to learn, how to communicate, and how to perform effectively in teamwork. By implication, curriculum development for a knowledge economy is based on the development of basic skills, which includes reading, writing, listening, and speaking, thinking skills, interpersonal management and communication skills, as well as social competencies and other personal qualities such as responsibility, self-esteem, management, and integrity. This is according to Stenson, 1994, page 21. The skills and competencies for the development of this 21st century required to constitute a driving force for the emergent trend and the aim of education, which is the preparation of the learners for effective life in the knowledge economy that is known for its networked and volatile characteristics. Now, let us discuss education per piece. The world is experiencing great technological breakthroughs that ushered in the 21st century, but these advancements are tied with rising incidences of physical, economic, political, psychological and ecological violence at personal and interpersonal levels, as well as communal, national, and international levels. The peace education implement in most societies in two ways, which is first, education about peace, which implies peace as a subject of the study in schools, and secondly, which is education for peace, which deals with the in and out of the school process by inculcating in learners the knowledge, skills, attitude, and values to live in harmony with oneself and others by adapting peaceful resolutions to interpersonal and interpersonal conflicts. Now, what comes next is education for global citizenship. Now, our era or this era is the era of communication and information. Now, these two have taken the quantum leap and brought the paradigm shift in every sphere of life, and education is not the exception. Now, one of the effects of information and communication technologies or the ICTs in reshaping human activities is in the area of availability and accessibility of information anytime, anywhere, and in different modes. Now, the present 21st century society is a globalized one. Education for global citizenship is an emergent issue in curriculum development. Therefore, a need is felt to prepare the learner for effective life in the society. The overall philosophy of Pakistan is to live in unity and harmony and promote inter-region solidarity and world peace through understanding, and the national educational goal is deduced from this philosophy, and which says that the training of the mind in the understanding of the world around. And because teachers and learners are important, we are also going to discuss teaching and learning strategies. Now, the days have gone when teacher-centered instructional strategies have dominated instructional process since the introduction of formal education. Presently, these are no longer credible for inculcating in learners the knowledge and skills, attitudes, and values necessary for effective life in a knowledge-driven society. What needs to be taught in school, things like collaboration, innovation, critical thinking, and communication are as important as Pakistan history and calculus, as they are practical skills that can be used in the world outside the confines of schools. In this regard, curriculum implementation has to be interdisciplinary, integrated, and project-based. So through our discussion, we have established this fact that the purpose of education is shifting from imparting knowledge to learners to building the learner's knowledge, capacity, and skills for successful real-world living. This shift of emphasis in educational endeavors has given rise to transformations in the teacher's roles in education delivery, from knowledge dispenser to facilitator of learning, from all-knowing teacher to lifelong learning, from knowledge deity to knowledge professional, and from education bureaucrat to learning technocrat. For teachers to play these roles and transform the learners into knowledge workers, these teachers must possess and effectively manifest the desired 21st century knowledge, skills, attitude, and values, and also be capable of infusing these values into the school system. This discussion has presented the realignment of educational objectives and the implementation of peace education and global citizenship. Education as emergent issues in the curriculum development that are capable of fast-tracking the nation on the route to knowledge emancipation and peaceful coexistence. This is necessary in a nation that is struggling to survive the insurgence of ethnic and religious rivalry, different forms of security challenges, and high illiteracy rate in knowledge economy. Curriculum development in these emergent areas will help the nation to live in unity and harmony as one indivisible, indissoluble, democratic, and sovereign nation founded on the principles of freedom, equality, and justice. This is according to FRN 2004. So that's it for today's discussion. We will we will also be discussing another research article, and this will be discussed by my other group mates, which is Vineja Kinikot and Glenmark Kenkeliera. I will just put the link below for you to listen to their research discussion. So that's it for today's video. Goodbye.